Welcome to Betty's Cooking Channel. My name is Betty Burnett. Today I'm preparing a pizza for you from scratch. So let's get started. These are the ingredients. I have my yeast in the container, and I'm gonna set that aside and show you the other ingredients. These are the onions for the pizza. These are the bell peppers. I have 3 colors of bell pepper, and there's the oil, the salt. I used the sugar already in the yeast. I put the yeast, water, and sugar in this container here. I have oregano, I have pepper flakes, I have parsley, I have basil, I have tomato paste, tomato sauce. I have flour here in a bowl, and I have garlic. This is the active yeast I use. I'm gonna use this shredded cheese here. I mixed in the salt and flour in the bowl here, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the oil here. I'll mix that up. Now I'm gonna pour the yeast mixture in here. And I'll mix this up. And I'll mix this dough up with my hand. Been making pizzas for a long time, so this dough is gonna come together. It looks kind of messy, but it works. It's not hard to do. Make your own pizza at home instead of buying the frozen kind. This is easy and less costly. Okay, let me add the remainder of the yeast in there. And I just mix everything in the bowl here. I don't put it on the counter at this point. Just want to mix up everything together. You're going to knead the dough for about 5 minutes in the bowl till you use up all the flour. I'm going to go ahead and make the pizza sauce while the dough is rising. Pour the sauce in there first, tomato sauce, and then I'm gonna turn the iron on medium-high. Add the tomato paste. I'll rinse this can out a little bit. Get all the sauce out of this tomato paste can. That way we can incorporate that tomato paste into that tomato sauce a little bit better by adding that water. Okay, I'm gonna start adding my other ingredients, all my spices, oregano, parsley, basil. You wanna leave your sauce kind of thick for your pizza. You don't want it to be too thick. So you want to cook down those spices so that everything will taste delicious. The sauce is enough to make 2 pizzas. The thing that takes a little while to do is to make sure you chop up all your vegetables first. Just add some of the pepper. I got red, orange, and yellow peppers. It gives this sauce a really good pepper flakes. So that's all my ingredients for my sauce. I like cooking my ingredients so they can kind of get on the soft side before I add them to the pizza. But it's not difficult at all. I usually let this cook for about 8 minutes, the sauce. I'm going to taste the sauce right now just to see if there's anything else I need to add. Whether or not it's too tart. I'm gonna add a little sugar to it. It's smelling good in here. I'm gonna taste it again. Those tomatoes and everything got a little softer. It's smelling absolutely delicious. It's time for the pizza dough to come out of the microwave. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I got my rolling pin. Okay, notice how the dough has risen quite a bit. I'm gonna place some flour on this surface here so I can roll out the dough. Add in some flour here. The dough here, I'm gonna punch that down. Get all the air out of the dough. I'm gonna lay it on the counter here. Some flour on both sides. I'm gonna cut the dough in half. Place one back in the bowl there while I work with this one piece of dough here. Rolling it out. You want to roll it out as thin as you can. A pepperoni cheese pizza with lots of vegetables on it, which we added a lot of vegetables to our sauce. Sometimes I like to do just a long rectangle pan of pizza. But today I'm gonna make it round. So I'm holding it in my hand, just stretching it out. I think it's a little bit bigger than the pan, but we can always cut the excess off. And I'm starting on the next one. I'm just gonna roll out the dough. So when I have to start on the second pizza, the dough is already ready. And I'm just gonna cover it with some parchment paper so it doesn't dry out. So we're gonna mainly do this one the same way we did the first one. So if you having your grandkids over, you can make 2 large pizzas like this. They'll be happy that you made them some pizza. My granddaughter, Mariah, was out here. She came and stayed with us a couple weeks, and I taught her how to do pizza. And she told me yesterday that she's been making pizza at home. So that's wonderful for her other sisters and brothers. I think that is great. You save a lot of money by doing your own pizzas. And they're not that difficult to make, and you can put whatever you like on them. You don't have to put the same ingredients I used on this pizza. You can use whatever you like. So notice how I have rolled this out, and it's very thin. I like mine thin. Pizza's ready to go in the oven. I cooked a pizza at 450 degrees for exactly 16 to 18 minutes. It might vary a little bit in your oven, but I think set a timer for 15 minutes, check on it, and mine cooked in about 16 minutes.